Hey, this is Jim, and I'm at the VanAuken graveyard. I'm going to give you a little tour. This is a ATV trail in the woods at the Bosun Kill Conservatory. It's part of the VanAuken, old VanAuken farm. So I'm going to pan around here and show you it's a general forest area, and there's a trail leading back out of the woods. There's a red marker on the tree that marks the VanAuken graveyard. I'm out here working today. I've started my initial preservation, and you can see here I've got little flags that I mark on the gravestones. Okay, there's supposedly 11 headstones here. I've only been able to identify about 5 or 6. I've treated the tombstones with chemicals to restore them. They're biochemicals. Here's an example of one right here. The chemicals are already starting to take effect. It's this chemical here. You can see here it's wet and forget. Okay, it's made specifically for things like headstones. So some of the headstones I cannot restore, or I can't really help them out too much. This one here, I can't get any names. And I'm walking through the graveyard, and here's a couple more. This is Henry, the sergeant from the American Revolution. This is Maria rather, and his wife. And back here, as I walk a little bit further, I can see a headstone from a rather famous Albany name, which is Caleb True. This right here, Truett. This is a man that famous for the King's Highway. His son owned a tavern, and this would be a smaller stone. If you look at it in its entirety, this is a footstone. The ancient graves had headstones and footstones. Okay, so I'm finding little stones with no markers. That looks like a footstone. And if I go down here further, I see another stone. Again, if you look at it, you can't see any markings. But I was able to identify several. Here's one that is an example of a footstone. I had to dig this up. And you can see I put flour on it. That's Java. And I believe that's associated with James VanAuken right here, the headstone. That was died. He was a boy that died at 5 years old. So anyway, I'm having some success, and there's a stone wall back here. I would believe that the farmhouse will be near this graveyard. So again, this is my initial, not my initial, but it's my first time clearing out the brush. I'm resetting the headstones. Here's another one that I just can't make out anything. So what I do is I clean the headstone gently. I put flour on it. I make a picture, clean off the flour, and then I treat it with this this chemical here, wet and forget. And you can see here it's a tombstone. So I'm doing all the right things, trying to record everything, and maybe I can make it something that future generations can come see. It's a beautiful area. I'll make future recordings as I progress. Goodbye.